Coverage you can count on continues. This is News Channel 15's First News Weekend.
Tuesday is election day, and folks are heading to the polls to not only vote for a number of candidates, but also 2 referendums for 2 local school districts. This morning, we're joined by FWCS Chief Financial Officer Kathy Friend to talk a little more about the referendum on the ballot. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us. First off, many of these referendums are confusing to a lot of people. Can you explain what this one is all about?
Well, this one is to improve 42 buildings. 10 of those buildings would get major improvements, and they would provide efficiencies in our schools, energy efficiencies, and really improve the learning environment of the schools.
Now, when you say improvements, can you be a little bit more specific as to what kind of improvements, just besides being energy efficient?
Sure. For the 10 schools, the major improvements will be improvements to their HVAC systems. So their heating, ventilation, air conditioning systems, which are rather old. They're the original systems that those schools had, and they require repairs, and they just don't work as good as they should, and the environment of the school isn't as good as it should be.
What kind of impact do you expect this referendum, if it passes, to have on the community and the students?
Well, so far in Phase 1, we have seen some great results from that project and a lot of great feedback. The people that have got a chance to experience those schools, they just are so excited about what has happened, and the fact that they get air conditioning now in those schools. When this project is complete, every school will now have air conditioning.
What would you say to someone who says, this really isn't needed? What's the argument for, why this should happen?
Well, these schools are old, and just like your home, they need to be repaired and kept up. And unfortunately, the longer we go before we do some major repairs, the higher the cost of repairs is going to be. And we'll lose out on these energy efficiency savings. We saved almost $200,000 a year on Phase 1 in energy efficiencies.
Oh, wow. What's the public reaction been to this referendum so far?
The reaction's been really positive. I think one of the things that's important for people to know is that the tax rate will be flat. Even though the ballot's going to say there's an increase because we're required to say that, the rate's going to be flat because other debt is going off the books. So I think generally because of that, people have been very positive, and they do want to see our students have the best learning environment that they can have.
Absolutely. Well, good information to know. Thanks so much for coming in this morning, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. Election Day is Tuesday. To learn more about the FWCS referendum and the others, go to our website, wayne.com.